Good afternoon, everyone. We would like to welcome our graduates, families, and friends here on what is a very special day for you, your Macquarie University graduation ceremony. Firstly, I would like to ask you all to please ensure that your mobile phone has been switched off. There are a couple of items I need to run through before the ceremony starts. Firstly, you are all welcome to take photographs during the ceremony. However, we do ask that you remain in your seats so that you do not impede the view of the other guests. Under no circumstances should anyone stand in the centre aisle or approach the stage. Please note that this ceremony will be streamed live on the Macquarie University YouTube channel. Should we have a situation that requires us to evacuate the building, please follow the instructions of our security staff. There are 4 exits from the graduation hall, 1 in each corner of the building, 2 in the back corners and 2 in the front. You will also find our safety information on the back page of your program. Plaques, frames and photography services are available in the atrium building next to the refreshments marquee. If you have pre-ordered a frame or plaque, please make sure you collect it there today. In a moment, the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan, AO, accompanied by the academic procession, will enter the graduation hall. When the procession has arrived on the stage, Advance Australia Fair will be performed, and you are invited to join in the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the academic procession.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Mr. Tobin.
Thank you. Warami, Nalawa. Hello and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and for the invitation to welcome you here this afternoon. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated, particularly by our elders. Education is highly valued in our culture too. Knowledge meant survival, and our elders are traditionally accorded great respect for their accumulated wisdom and experience. My family descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. As such, he enrolled his daughter, Maria, into the native institution, a school set up by Governor Macquarie himself in 1815, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and ultimately secure some land for herself and her family out on the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. For your progress progresses us all. Your advancement is our advancement. And this is probably more readily understood in traditional times when the clan groups were smaller and abided by strict sharing laws. It meant that the food that you caught and brought back got distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune with us enjoyed by all, your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community. And you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we get clever about it. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered at Botany Bay as one of the happiest people he had met in the world. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools that they carried. They made shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the land without clearing or tilling the soil. In traditional times, everyone's accorded rights to the country or clan area where he or she was born into. So there was no homeless people, unless you broke law, and no rich and poor either. Everyone had pretty much the same amount of gear, what you could carry. We had no armies or jails or even police. Had no history of slavery or empire building. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in the natural state. Rivers were clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20 to 30,000 years. Now remember, this is not an ideal, this is normal life. And there's no reason why we should accept less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us now, so we've got to get real clever. But we can do that. And that's the big adventure ahead. So I would say expect great things from your lives and do great things. Work together and we can get a country and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you people graduate. Just want to say congratulations to you all and all the best in our collective futures. Welcome to country. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan, AO.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Well, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and I see we also have some babes in arms with us this afternoon, and they're always welcome. There's one little baby down there, 11 weeks old, that looks freshly hatched, and there's another one over there that also looks freshly hatched. One thing is certain, in a long ceremony, children will make a noise or start to cry, you are not to take them outside. We will not be bothered in the slightest. We've all heard babies cry before. We've all done it ourselves. But in any event, we know from experience that if a baby cries throughout a graduation ceremony, they're certain to come back within 25 years to take out their first PhD. So it's a very good sign. First, let me say that it's a great privilege for me as Chancellor of Australia's best university to preside at this very important ceremony. First, I welcome all of our graduands, and I hope that this will be a very happy and a very memorable occasion for all of you. But it will only be a happy occasion for you if you relax. And some of you look quite happy and relaxed, but some of you look as though you're heading into the examination room rather than heading for your graduation. And there's no need to be worried about anything today. All your exams are past you. You've succeeded there. The very worst thing that can happen is that when you come up onto the stage, you trip and fall over. That has happened. It's no problem. We just pick you up and on you go. In fact, there's a special prize for those who take a spectacular fall. So just relax, enjoy the day, because you do deserve to enjoy it. You deserve to take pride in your graduation, because completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. Today I also want to welcome those of you who are sitting over here or behind our graduands as their invited guests, because if you think about it for a moment or two, you've all obviously done well also. The very fact that you're here, the fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great days of their lives is proof positive that you've been important in those lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. So mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, cousins, sons and daughters, grandmothers and grandfathers, friends, husbands and wives, partners, boyfriends, girlfriends, lovers, or whatever you are, congratulations, and thank you for celebrating this great occasion with us. And today we not only have the people here who are observing today's graduation, but this ceremony, like all of our graduation ceremonies these days, is being live streamed around the world. I'm told that our graduation ceremony on Tuesday afternoon was being viewed in 15 different countries. So graduands, if you've got any of your family or friends observing today's graduation elsewhere in Australia or overseas, give them a wave. It's the camera up there, and you're most welcome to do that. Now, I also have another important service for you to perform. In other words, those of you who are observing the ceremony, for our newest graduates, as they'll soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too self-effacing to proclaim their success, you make sure you do it for them. And I have another reason for saying that, because I think the display of a degree in places where people can see it, particularly young people, children, is very, very important. I think it motivates young children to aspire to that sort of success. I can remember as a child going to the doctors or going to the dentists. I don't think I ever went to a lawyer's office, but I can remember the degrees on the wall, and they made me think that this must be a very, very important person. And so therefore it became something that I aspired to. So don't hide your degrees, display them with prominence. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Now, of course, it's no secret that Macquarie University is not one of those universities. We're very young, only 50 years old this year. And I know when I say that, some of our young graduates look at me and think, what a silly old duffer he is. 50 years is a long time. Let me assure you it's not. Macquarie is, as I say, a relatively young university. We proudly take our name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. Those of us who went to school in New South Wales learned that Macquarie was a great builder, but his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. His greatest legacy was the ethos he established, much to the chagrin of the British authorities, of an egalitarian society, because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony that there be no distinction whatsoever between the free and the freed that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And it is that legacy that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. After our first 50 years, we now have more than 150,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're regarded as one of Australia's leading research universities and are currently extending our research as we are our course offerings and our facilities. On your way here this afternoon, you may have seen our Macquarie University Hospital. It's only a few years old. We are the only university in Australia with its own private hospital. And as well as being used for its primary purpose of treating sick people, it's also used by the postgraduate medical students and academics in our School of Advanced Medicine. And it truly is a great hospital. I think it's 180 beds. And the level of care is just tremendous. And I know that from personal experience because I was a patient in the hospital for 3 days towards the end of last year. And I can absolutely assure you that the level of care is absolutely first class, especially if you're the Chancellor. We're also proud of our still new library, the only university library in Australia with an automated book retrieval system, although I understand there's another Sydney university that's about to follow us. And only last year we opened our Advanced Hearing Hub, a world's leading institute in hearing and language sciences. So we're looking forward and we're on the move. Here at Macquarie we have a very clear and straightforward mission, and that mission is to transform people's lives and to improve the lives not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe, by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Well, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to introduce Professor Paul Seal, AM, Professor of Clinical Pharmacology at the University of Sydney. Professor Seal is a highly regarded educational professional who draws on his years of experience to teach and mould future healthcare professionals. He first became involved in his profession because he was interested in biology and sharpened his focus during his studies. Throughout his career, Paul has held a variety of consulting positions while attending to his duties as a professor at the University of Sydney. He advised for, I think it's pronounced the Boehringer Ingelheim. He was a consulting physician for the Department of Respiratory Medicine at Royal Prince Alfred Hospital and was the research leader of Clinical Trials Unit and Deputy Director at the Woolcock Institute of Medical Research. Professor Seal made tremendous contributions to assisting in the advancements of respiratory health for individuals around the world and has published over 150 of his findings in peer-reviewed journals. Professor Seal is also sought after to present and speak at conferences and respiratory meetings nationally and internationally. Professor Seal earned a PhD in pharmacology at the University of London, as well as a Bachelor of Surgery and Bachelor of Medicine, and completed his residency at Sydney Hospital. Professor Seal is the President of the Australian Respiratory Council and a Fellow of the Royal Australasian College of Physicians. He continues to perform research, particularly in the area of determining the efficiency, risks and benefit ratios of new drug treatment in asthma. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to invite Professor Paul Seal AM to deliver the occasional address. Please welcome Professor Seal.
Okay, so Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor, members of the faculties, graduating students, and your families and friends, it's a pleasure to actually be delivering this occasional address. And my main function today is to congratulate you students on your graduation. I also congratulate your friends, parents and families who have provided important support. They should be proud of the financial support and the encouraging domestic environment which has allowed you students to actually successfully complete your courses. And also congratulations to the teachers. We have them here with us today. You as students may or may not realise how proud they are of your achievements. And I've certainly enjoyed students graduating in my courses. They've completed their intern training, their advanced training, and ultimately they become my consultant peers as a respiratory physician. So it's been one of the rewards of being an academic staff to see students such as yourself successfully completing their courses of study. So it's a great day for you and it's a great day for your teachers as well. And I presume that many of you teachers have actually had to work in order to pay your way through your university course. So therefore it's not only academic challenge but also the financial demands of achieving your degree that have probably been very high. But just remember, nothing in worthwhile comes easily. So very well done, and that should be your model for the future. You do your best and you'll probably achieve things well. And some years ago, several decades, but in my days as a university student, I developed a love of learning and a commitment to putting questions there to actually further the understanding. And that approach has continued throughout my life. So I hope that that may become a component of the substantial legacy that you have from this fine university. So I hope that as you go forward in your life, you continue to actually learn, and you continue to ask questions, because asking questions is a good stimulus to learning. So today's graduation marks an important point for you. It's one of life's passages. It may be viewed as an ending, but it's also very much a beginning. I expect you are now involved in many decision-making decisions about where your education has led you, and particularly potential jobs. But these immediate and practical decisions about your future career may be foremost in your minds, but they're just one aspect of the bigger picture. And a deeper question is about your life's course. So remember to strive for the appropriate balance between employment, family, personal relationships, recreation, and your role in society as an active, caring citizen. Getting this balance right will be a very rewarding experience for you. So just work on that as well. There are two groups of graduates here today. One group is from the Faculty of Business and Economics and the others from the Faculty of Health Sciences. For those of you graduating from the Faculty of Business and Economics, and I think there's a substantial number here, I'm pretty hopeful that the business world will benefit from your contribution, because there are lots of issues there to be addressed. So all the best in that regard. I, as an academic physician, am well qualified to give advice to the human science graduates. In the 30-odd years that I've been active in this field, there have been continuous and progressive developments, both at the basic science level and also at the clinical level. And for those of you who have completed your course of psychology and cognitive science, I'm confident there will be substantial need for your input, given the ongoing significant issues with people in the community with behavioural disturbances. So I think you'll be able to make a valuable contribution there. The Australian School of Advanced Medicine at this university has a wide range of courses when I looked at the website. Our health services in Australia require a diversity of healthcare professionals. So I'm hopeful there'll be an appropriate position for those of you graduating from this school, for you to be able to provide your knowledge and experience to improving the health status of those people in the community in need of help. I'm aware of the surgery focus of the medical education here at Macquarie University. So if any of you have actually completed a surgical education, you'll be a valuable contribution to healthcare, because I'm always looking to surgeons to help me in my multiple care of patients. So when I look at your students here, I suspect you've developed significant friendships during your university studies. So you should enjoy staying in touch with your colleagues, even if your careers head off in different directions. An involvement in the university alumni is a useful way of keeping in touch with your friends and also with your university. And you've heard from the Chancellor the important role of the university, so you probably want to stay in touch. You'll remain grateful to the university for providing the course for which you've graduated. So keeping in touch with the university is a very useful thing to engage in. This graduation is not an occasion for a long-winded lecture from a senior citizen like me. I think you'll be keen for the completion of the ceremony to enjoy refreshments with your family and friends, so we'll get together afterwards. So I shall now conclude by congratulating you again, thanking you for your attention, and wishing you all the very best for the future. And I thank the Chancellor for inviting me to give this address. So thank you, Chancellor.
Well, thank you, Professor Seal, for those wise words. And it is true that nothing worthwhile comes easily. And I think you should also remember his advice that whilst career is important, you have to keep it in perspective. There are other aspects of your life that are just indeed more important. And one of those is to be an active, caring citizen. It's always a pleasure to have visitors from the University of Sydney. I might be the Chancellor of Macquarie University, but I am by no means one-eyed. And I'm always the first person to concede that Sydney University is the oldest and the biggest and the wealthiest and without doubt the second best university in the country. So it's always good to have good people like Paul Seal from Sydney University as our guest, and it's a great honour that Paul has done us today. I think he deserves another great round of applause. The point he made about advances in medical science and public health, of course, are very valid. 50 years ago, and that's why I said earlier that 50 years is not that long ago, because 50 years ago was my last year at school. And back then in 1964, the estimated life expectancy, the average life expectancy of Australians was 67 years of age. In other words, I'm about to expire next year, except for the advances that we've seen over my lifetime. And we had an occasional speaker not so long ago who was predicting that children born today will have an average life expectancy of 95. Now, I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it does show that we at least have the prospect of healthier lives in front of us, and that has much to do with good people like Professor Seal, who have devoted their lives to improving the health of their fellow human beings. So, Paul, once again, thank you for being with us today. Well, we now come to the part of the ceremony which I have to admit does make me a little bit nervous, because many years ago, the then Chief Justice of New South Wales told me that if I conferred a degree on someone who was not eligible to receive it, there was nothing I could do to take it back. So before I confer your degrees on you today, I need an ironclad guarantee from the Acting Registrar, Mr. Craig Oliver, that all of you are eligible to graduate today, that none of you were ever late in submitting an assignment, and that none of you ever missed a class. Craig, can you give me that guarantee, please?
Chancellor, I certify that all the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees and diplomas they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees or diplomas please stand?
Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees and diplomas for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Please be seated. Chancellor, graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Human Sciences and Faculty of Business and Economics. The Faculty of Human Sciences teaches courses and conducts research about people, investigating the how and why. It is home to a number of internationally recognised research centres conducting groundbreaking research across disciplines in areas like cognitive science and early childhood education. Exciting opportunities exist for students and researchers alike. This faculty includes research and study areas in advanced medicine, education, linguistics, psychology, early childhood, cognitive science and health professions. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie University and one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, which continue to be high in demand both domestically and internationally. Graduates have recorded employment levels and starting salaries well above the average for Australian business schools. Research in this faculty is cutting edge and innovative and feeds into teaching, giving students the best possible learning experience. This faculty includes research and study areas in accounting, actuarial studies, applied finance, economics, management and marketing. Chancellor, I now call on Professor Mark Gabbett, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Economics, to present the graduates and diplomates. Professor Gabbett.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Arts. Jason Abbott. Oleg Artemenko. Adam Wing Fong. Sonia Krishnasamy. Monica Vikash Parikh. Louis Luk Hei Poon. Bradley Price. Jia-Chi Chu. Elizabeth Spooner. Fiona Pei Fern Tan. Jessica Taylor. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Arts Psychology. Wing Ting Peony Chung. Anthony Cooper. Sana Lodi. Alyssa Suzanne Mulray. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting. Mary Elodie Auguste. Rowan Dean Lotzov. Christine Makomba-Choto. Kanishka Ramesh Bagela. Christina Joyce Idia. Shen Cindy Zheng. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Applied Finance, Hin Hang Cheng. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Jessica Stanton. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Shane Matthew O'Fallon Allison. Rasonevo Alicia Andriana Findrasa. Tyler Burke. Ruben Buss. Stephanie Capas. Anthony Kwan Ho Chan. Yuk K. Chan. Leon Chen. John Kang Pang Chung. Norman Lok Man Choi. Bonnie Duong. Victoria Farr. Lucas Timothy Gibbs. Rohan Deepak Hingorani. Bosch Huyn. Do Hyun Don Kim. Juin Yi Leon. Nok Mai Nguyen. T Tu Na Nguyen. Tu Trang Nguyen. Alan Nguyen Lei. Raymond O. Sebastian Payne. Sebastian Quijano Rincon. Sarah Amy Robson. Callum James Sinclair. Srey Pik Sok. Henson George Stephen. Alexander Richard Tinsley. Nguyen Hoang Dui To. Thi Ha Van Tran. Kong Im Va. Rong Wang. Suvianto Wangdra. Lok Quan Wong. Eva Chi Hui Xie. Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Chancellor, I now call on Professor Janet Greeley, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Human Sciences, to present the graduates from that faculty. Professor Greeley.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Human Sciences whom you have admitted to degrees or awarded diplomas. I present the graduate admitted to the degree, the honours degree of Bachelor of Psychology, Rahini Hari Haran. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the Bachelor of Health, Kevin Junji Chung. Daniel Thomas Marston Garneau. Sharon Jiang. Claire Bronwyn Sutton. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the Diploma of Education. Chloe Rebecca Bickerstwith. Sorry. Erin Louise Donnelly. Ruhi Malhotra. Jessica Frances McDonald. Nina Riani. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology. Zara Aplak. Georgina Boutros. Raylene Margaret Booker. Ryan Lyndon Curtis. Hailing Diep. Eleni Dimitriadis. Emma Jane Douglas. Shane Graham Fenwick. Charlotte Marie Gregoire. Charlotte Amy Griffiths. Amanda Haddad. Noah Edward Hodge. Claire Ashley Hurwitz. Alana Kellum. Monica Miroslava Kreciarz. Alexandra Lee. Emma Mansell. Regina Motia. Tara Christine Pisano. Salume Sahidi. Liana Sims. Tanuji Visagamorti. Astrid Vogels. William Wilkinson. Verena Wu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science Psychology. Chloe Joan Susan Braithwaite. Diane Fernandez. Kirsten Gillies. Aaron John Hurrigan. Rachel Katzi Yin. Matthew Licata. Delphi Mafacha. Hina Musafa. Elizabeth O'Donnell. Darinka Sipka. Eloise Slip. Sarah White. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Philosophy, Gillian Lisa Richardson, for a thesis entitled The Development of a Nursing Acuity Score for the Care of Postoperative Patients Undergoing Elective Colorectal Resection. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Neuropsychology, Tushara Ananda Kumar, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Nadine Kaber Damodi, who has also been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Nathan Thomas Fellner, who has been awarded Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Alena Romanovich. David Thomas Rodwell. Jingyu Xu. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Clinical Psychology, Raina Bogdanovich. Sarah Louise Masters. Karen Margaret Spence. Sharifa Rashida Wan Mohammed Suleiman. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Organizational Psychology, Gareth Graham Brabazon. Mona El-Shakawi. Kelly Lee Houston Richardson. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Policy and Applied Social Research, Amanda Marie McAtamney. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Social Health and Counselling. Penny Bugden. Annalise Krista Cooney, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Jeffrey Thomas Green. Rosanna Lee. Karen Melita Marino. Elizabeth Merrilees. T.I. Huen Nguyen. I present diplomates awarded the Postgraduate Diploma of Professional Psychology. Ruth Breeden. Aniela Angelina Antonova Goward. Jessica Jane Landa. Hester Ng. Jacob Wrightson. Marika Judith Zarvadecki. I present diplomates awarded the Postgraduate Diploma of Social Health and Counselling. Susan Angela Forsyth. Elizabeth Blanche Kenny. Peter Joseph Reddy Mandedu. Pranita Rai Pant. I present diplomates awarded the Graduate Diploma in Psychology. Shireen Hazmorad. Joseph George Kokorovich. I present diplomates awarded the Graduate Diploma of Psychology, Feliz Goyebaka. Rachel Lord. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy with the Master of Clinical Psychology, Dr. Dusanka Tadic, for a thesis entitled Age Differences in Well-Being, the Role of Emotion Regulation, Cognitive Biases, and Coping. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Lei Chow, for a thesis entitled Non-Invasive Markers of Autonomic Regulation in Response to Normal Daily Activities in Health and Cardiovascular Disease. Dr. Bianca De Witt, for a thesis entitled A Fresh Look on Semantic Priming Effects. Dr. Nora Fida, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for a thesis entitled The Representation of Nouns in the Mental Lexicon, Evidence from Brain-Impaired and Normal Speakers. Dr. Wei He, for a thesis entitled Development of Face Processing in the Human Brain. Dr. Alyssa Joy Knappman, for a thesis entitled The Effect of Mu-Opioid Receptor Polymorphisms on Receptor Signaling Systems. Dr. Linda Larson, for a thesis entitled Grapheme Phoneme Correspondence Knowledge in Typical and Atypical Reading Development. Dr. Wendy Gay Roncalato, for a thesis entitled Maternal Orientation in Pregnancy and Early Motherhood, Infant Caregiving Practices and Maternal Adjustment. Dr. Prema Sriram for a thesis entitled Identification and Characterization of Ganglion Cell Loss in Optic Neuropathies. Dr. Caitlin Amy Sutton for a thesis entitled An Exploration of Gossip as an Intrasexual Competition Strategy. Dr. James William Webb for a thesis entitled Predictors of Effort Test Failure During Neuropsychological Evaluation in Cases of Traumatic Brain Injury. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Psychology, Clinical Neuropsychology. Dr. Louise Caitlin Barrett for a thesis entitled Cognitive Correlates and Assessment of Prospective Memory Following Severe Traumatic Brain Injury. Dr. Gabrielle Mayella Braun for a thesis entitled Adaptive Functioning and Functional Reading Skills in Williams Syndrome. Dr. Jessica Sarah Massey for a thesis entitled The Associations of Psychological Distress and Pain with Cognitive Functioning in Hospitalized Individuals Following Mild Traumatic Brain Injury. Dr. Sally Ann McSwiggan for a thesis entitled An Evaluation of the Content of Capacity Reports written by psychologists, psychiatrists, and geriatricians for adult guardianship. Dr. Thomas Christopher Morris for a thesis entitled Identifying Individuals at Risk for Alzheimer's Disease, an Investigation of Cognitive Discrepancy Analysis. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Psychology, Clinical Psychology. Dr. Sinead Dora Berry for a thesis entitled Understanding Mind-Mindedness, Maternal Correlates and the Experience of Parenting, Parenting Behavior, and Child Behavior. Dr. Carmen Lorena Germain for a thesis entitled An Investigation of Anger Regulation in Two Clinical Groups, Veterans with Combat PTSD and Individuals with High Trait Anger. Dr. Catherine McGill for a thesis entitled An Examination of Predictors of Mental Health Efficacy and Dissemination of a Group Education Program for Carers of People with Depression. Dr. Amanda Mullen for a thesis entitled Transdiagnostic Internet-Delivered Cognitive Behavioral Therapy for University Students with Anxiety and Depression. Dr. Lee Simone Taylor for a thesis entitled Clinical Substance Abuse During Pregnancy, Risk Factors Among Women and the Impact for Infants Postnatally. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Doctor of Psychology, Organizational Psychology, Dr. Laura Catherine Kirby, for a thesis entitled Developing Experimental Methodologies for Examining the Proactivity Process. Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Human Sciences.
Chancellor, I call on Dr. Nora Feeder, who has graduated today with a Doctor of Philosophy, to give the graduate response on behalf of the graduating group. Dr. Feeder.
Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates, and guests. When I finished school to start studying at the university with 19, I was very happy and relieved that school and hence learning and being educated was finally over after 13 years of German education system. I was also relieved because I was sure at this point that I would never have to study for 13 long years again. Now I'm 32 years old, so funny enough, 13 years later, I'm about to graduate from university. And this time around, my feelings about graduating are very different compared to before. I'm grateful that I got the additional 13 years because they gave me the opportunity not only to acquire new knowledge and to be intellectually challenged, but also to meet many new friends and mentors and to experience new and different ways of living and thinking. A friend of my mom once said that studying is a treat which you give to yourself. Well, this makes it sound as if studying is comparable to a weekend in a spa or a short vacation. This is obviously not the case. I would rather compare it to a long journey on a bus or train with times of breakdown, delays, and unforeseen challenges. However, I think that all of us who graduate today understand what this friend meant. Another feeling or impression I have when I look back on the past 13 years is that time flew by. And this makes it so important to pull the brakes of this fast-speed train from time to time and to breathe, look around or up your iPhones, iPads, and computer screens, and to take notice, to engage, and to enjoy life. And this is exactly why we are here today. We pull the brakes, not because it's the end of the journey, it's only the beginning, but to recognize, to enjoy, and to celebrate what we have achieved so far. Unfortunately, you might have realized by now that the more you enjoy what you're doing in your professional or private life, the faster time flies. And this is one of life's most ironic tricks. So what should you do? Slow time down or speed it up? The answer is, I don't know. All I know is that it feels better to wake up every morning and to do what you love to do. Even if on one of these mornings you look into the mirror and you realize that you've already grown your first gray hair. So try to fill your life with things, a job, activities, and people you're passionate about. Now, if you're German, and we are apparently not very passionate people, do the things you like and enjoy, and trust your own feelings, and don't adapt to a stereotype feeling such as having to be permanently passionate about everything. only because it's in fashion right now. So to summarize, today is the day to pull the brakes, forget about life's ironic tricks, your gray hair, the difference between passion and joy, and to celebrate the past and future, but particularly the present, which gets often forgotten about. On behalf of all cognitive science students graduating in 2014, I would like to thank our fantastic supervisors and colleagues who taught us to love and to be enthusiastic about the work we are doing. I would like to personally thank Professor Lindsay Nichols and Dr. Britta Biedermann, who were my supervisors and still are my mentors and friends. On behalf of all students who are graduating today, I want to thank our friends, partners, and families who accompanied us on our exciting, bumpy, but enjoyable journey. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Nora. That was a lovely speech. And congratulations on your PhD. Thank you, too, for coming to Australia, and thank you for coming to Macquarie to study. Now, just because you've got a few 13 years of studies behind you, doesn't mean you can't have another 13 years ahead of you. You're welcome to come back any time, and we hope to see you back. I think Nora deserves another great round of applause. Well, now, that wasn't too bad, was it? That beautiful voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer. And I have to say, you're very fortunate that Angela was singing at your graduation today. She sings at most of our graduations, but on the odd occasion when she can't make it, I do the singing. Would you like to hear Angela sing some more? Okay, well, what you do, you're enrolled in another degree, and when you come back, I promise you Angela will be singing at your next graduation as well. Let's give Angela another great round of applause. And please also join with me in thanking our musicians, Dr. James Forsyth on the organ, over there. And on the flute, Dr. Chai Chang Ning. And around the hall, you'll see some of our alumni volunteers who come along to our graduations just to help out and make sure that everything runs smoothly for your graduations. So they deserve a great round of applause too. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of 150,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support, and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And please do make sure to come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, attend alumni events, perhaps use our aquatic and fitness facilities, or even just have a wander through our lovely campus. Well, now, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges. But like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either. Because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities, matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. I charge you, wherever you go, go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Now, graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who have helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you today. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm now going to ask you to do a couple of things. First, graduates, would you now please stand? Now I want you to put your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free. And I want you to turn to face your families and your friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Well, graduates, you can turn around now, and of course behind me here on the dais are some people who have also been very important in your journey so far, and they're our academic staff, and I'm sure you'd like to join with me in thanking them as well. Graduates, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, shortly I will lead the official party out, and it will be my great honour to invite our newest graduates and all of you to join us for refreshments overlooking the lake. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future, and in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Thank you and good luck.
The official party will now leave the graduation hall through the centre aisle and will be followed by the graduates. Would you please stand and remain standing until the last of the graduates are processed out?